Holy crap, Marvel fans, there's a new leak out there about Doctor Strange 3 that has me going insane. This has to do with one of my favorite things in Marvel Comics being adapted in an absolutely massive setup for Secret Wars in the MCU. Man, this is so damn juicy and cool. We gotta get into it. I'm gonna break down the report, and then I'm gonna talk about what I think it really means and what's going on with Doctor Strange and Kang when it comes to Secret Wars. Okay, so first up, this is another report coming in from the Cosmic Circus, who have been absolutely on fire with their reports and rumors when it comes to Marvel. So they say in a big article over on their website that according to their sources, Time Runs Out will be adapted in Doctor Strange 3. And you might be like, what's Time Runs Out? But like, oh my God, is Time Runs Out absolutely incredible. I'm going to explain it all in just a second, but let's keep going with the article. They go on to talk about in the report how Strange had been sought out by a multiversal organization called the Black Priest. According to our sources, Clea is a member of this organization. It's also said that the Black Priest's headquarters will be in nothing space of destroyed universe. Basically, the dead space between two dead universes that were killed by an incursion. It is said to be revealed in Doctor Strange 3 that the multiverse is dying, and the cause of this decay is a result of the incursions happening all across the multiverse. The most recent one being caused by 616 Doctor Strange himself. The film will also elaborate on a point made in the previous movie regarding Doctor Strange and his threat to the multiverse. And this is referencing the fact that Doctor Strange is the greatest threat to the integrity of the multiverse. As the article says, it was made clear in the previous film through Christine Palmer of 838's research that Stephen Strange is one of the most dangerous threats to the multiverse. John Krasinski as Reed Richards in the Illuminati also mentions this to Steve. But the movie doesn't really explain what is dangerous about Doctor Strange. They just talk about what 838 Stephen Strange did. And apparently in Doctor Strange 3, it's going to be revealed that the common denominator when it comes to incursions across the multiverse, aside from the Council of Kangs, is Stephen Strange. While it will be confirmed the main reason for the decay of the multiverse is the incursions that are caused by the Council of Kangs, it is unknown if the film will feature a Kang variant or if the film will flat out confirm what the source of the decay is. However, and this is really important, the whole idea is that Doctor Strange 3 is going to be a direct precursor to the next series of Avengers movies, which is of course Avengers The Kang Dynasty, Avengers Secret Wars, and then the rumored Avengers Secret Wars Part 2. Okay, so that's what's in the official report. So everything from here is going to be speculation. But before we get into talking about how I think all this is going to fit together, let's first explain what Time Runs Out and the Black Priests are in Marvel Comics. Now, the TLDR on this is that in Marvel Comics, incursions begin happening and the Illuminati of the 616 universe becomes aware of this because an incursion happens in Wakanda. This causes the Black Panther to actually join the Illuminati for once, and all of them try to figure out what the incursion is and what's going on with the multiverse. Over time, the Illuminati discover that the entire multiverse is collapsing, and this is all happening due to incursions. And in the comic books, an incursion is when two universes begin colliding, and the collision point is always Earth, which is weird, but will come into play later. And the way that the incursions work is that if nobody interferes, both Earths collide, and then both universes are destroyed. But if one of the Earths is destroyed before the incursion happens, both universes just simply remain. And so, in Marvel Comics, there started to become a ton of different people from throughout the multiverse that became aware of this and were trying to fix the problem their own way. And they refer to this as the Game of Worlds. And in Marvel Comics, just like in the MCU, a lot of the other universes were way ahead of the 616 when it came to understanding what was going on with the incursions and taking action. It's revealed that there are several major groups within the multiverse that are going around destroying Earths to try to prevent incursion. One group was known as the Black Priests. There was a group known as the Black Swans that were led by a mysterious figure known as Rabum Allah. There was a 616 Illuminati who was trying to figure out how to stop things without destroying other Earths. And essentially, this all came from an event known as the Game of Worlds. And what the Game of Worlds was different groups throughout the different universes trying to stop the incursions, trying to stop the death of the multiverse. Essentially, Doctor Doom figures out that Owen Reese is just a bomb and that essentially the Beyonders could just destroy the entire multiverse at once. This would blow up every universe at the same time. It's kind of like a failsafe. So what Doctor Doom did was take the Owen Reese of 616, go into a different universe, and then go back in time and destroy the Molecule Man of that universe in the past, therefore removing that Molecule Man from the present, preventing the Beyonders from being able to blow everything up at once. Plan A for the Beyonders was just to destroy everything at once with the Molecule Man, but their plan B was the incursions, and so the incursions begin colliding universes at the focal point of Earths in order to destroy the multiverse. Now, when Doctor Doom realized that the incursions were happening, he goes back in time and forms the Black Swan group, and he also comes up with the identity of Rabum Allah, the Great Destroyer. But there were other groups out there within the multiverse playing this game of worlds. There were beings known as the Map Makers, who were very early creations of the multiverse, and they were essentially going to these incursions and taking all of the resources from one of the Earths and then destroying it. There were beings known as the Ivory Kings that were out there playing the game of worlds, although they were rarely seen, apparently destroying everybody they came into contact with. But there were also the Black Priest, and these were very mysterious beings with big golden ornate masks, and they could actually change reality with the magic that they used. And they went around destroying the Earths that were going into other Earths, trying to destroy those Earths. And again, this is all because one of the ways to stop an incursion is to destroy one of the Earths that are colliding. If you destroy one of the Earths, you save both universes a lot of time. Now, later on in the Time Runs Out comic book series, before we actually get into Secret Wars, a lot of these different groups that were playing the game of worlds sort of get explained further. We find out that Doctor Doom is Rabum Allah, and he's in charge of all of the Black Swans. We find out that the Ivory Kings are actually the Beyonders, and we find out that the Black Priests are all being led by Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, unbeknownst to anybody else in 616, went and found these Black Priests, learned their ways, learned their magic, and became their leader. And so while the Illuminati of Earth 616 was trying to stop the incursions, and a lot of different Illuminatis from different universes were trying to do the same, Doctor Strange of Earth 616 and Doctor Doom of Earth 616 went out there and played the game of worlds on their own, and they amassed massive power and had control of these huge forces of very powerful beings. And eventually Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange try to help each other, and they go around and get all the different Owen Reeses from all of the different universes and use them as a bomb to then destroy the Beyonders and siphon off their power, grab up what's left of the multiverse, and create Battle World. And I just gotta say, it's freaking awesome that we're even getting any adaptation or any version of the Time Runs Out event and Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. It's fantastic. It's literally my favorite story in all of comics, so I am absolutely ecstatic. But the question remains, how will this actually look in the MCU? Because obviously the MCU does things very differently than Marvel Comics. Well, first let's talk about what these Black Priests will actually be like in Doctor Strange 3. Because according to the report from Alex and the Cosmic Circus, they're going to be a multiversal organization whose headquarters is basically in the nexus that was created by two universes collapsing and destroying each other in an incursion. And apparently Clea is going to belong to the Black Priest. She's going to be working for that organization. And obviously in the post-credits scene for Multiverse of Madness, Clea recruits Steven to go help her stop an incursion that he caused. And in the report, they talk about how Doctor Strange and his proximity to every incursion that is happening is a big driving force of that film. And it's going to be something that, while was first set up in Multiverse of Madness via Christine Palmer talking about the research and how Stephen Strange is the most dangerous threat to the multiverse, but also Reed Richards saying that Stephen Strange is the most dangerous threat to the multiverse. I think it's actually possible that Doctor Strange will be set up as a replacement for the Molecule Man. But that feels kind of weird because we're currently thinking that Wanda is going to be the replacement for the Molecule Man. So the real question is, why is Stephen always present when an incursion happens? What are the Black Priests actually doing and who is leading them. Now, all of these questions take me back to the Multiverse of Madness, where at the end of the movie, Steven from 616 meets a darker, more sinister version of himself that is living on some Earth there where an incursion occurred. And remember, that Doctor Strange says, I lost to him. And our Steven's like, who? And it's never revealed who this Doctor Strange lost against trying to defend his own world. And technically speaking, it could be any of the groups that are playing the game of worlds. But I think Marvel Studios might try to streamline this idea and make it very easy for audiences to follow. And I think what they might reveal is that it's actually Doctor Strange that is in charge of the Black Priest, just like he was in Marvel Comics. And so maybe a variant of Stephen Strange, or even our own Stephen Strange in the future, is actually in charge of the Black Priest, and he's going around destroying universes, possibly even killing other Doctor Stranges. Because remember, Stephen Stranges are dying in the multiverse. Our Stephen is having those dreams every night. And all of this reminds me of another rumor that was put out by the Cosmic Circus a while ago, where they explained that essentially the entire multiverse is going to come down to Kang versus Doctor Strange. So although we don't know exactly how this is all going to fit together, the idea of the Black Priest and Time Runs Out being adapted in Doctor Strange 3 is fantastic. That will set up the serious stakes and the different players that are happening in the multiversal war, and be an excellent precursor to what is going to happen in the Kang Dynasty, but then also in Secret Wars, and potentially in Secret Wars Part 2. And guys, between this report and all the stuff they're talking about with regards to the Scarlet Witch, we have a very good idea of what's going on with the future of the multiverse. So this Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a big live stream talking all about this, explaining my thoughts on how this is all going to fit together. So I highly recommend you come on by that live stream. It'll be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday the 16th. I hope to see you there, but I also hope you enjoyed this video. Smash a like on it if you did, and if you have any questions, come on by the live streaming channel and ask me them live.